Hey guys, what's up? This is Matt on Just for Fun. It is strangely a Tuesday morning. I'm home with a sick baby, so baby's taking a nap right now. It's snowing quite a bit outside, so might have been a snow day anyway, who knows. But here is a little bit of a crazy deck I've been working on. It's not quite done yet, but this is Birthing Pod in Legacy. So let me rearrange this just a little bit and take the non-creature stuff to the side. And what you'll see here is a pod deck similar to old modern pod, tweaked just a little bit. Now that said, originally in the first match I was playing a different version that involved a Veteran Explorer, which I was finding was not working out well, and that most of the time I'd rather just have like a Bird of Paradise to ramp one. So that's what I've done here is tweak the list quite a bit. It's not quite perfect yet. There are more things we could do here, but I've had a lot of fun playing with it, and it's very interesting. So let me show you what we've got going on. So the 20 lands, mostly fetches and true duels, which is kind of cool. Pretty good mana base. I haven't had very many mana issues really, and the birds and Deathrite Shaman help out with that too. Dryad Arbor is something I go back and forth about because it kind of annoys me like when I draw it, because it's like setting yourself up to get strip mined, right? Like you don't want to play this, get it bolted, and then you're mana fucked, right? So it's kind of a dangerous card. But later in the game, it's great, especially with, I mean, you can play like Forest, Green Sun Zenith for 0, Dryad Arbor, and that might be better as kind of a way to ramp. So, and again, you can pod this into a 1-drop. So if you're trying to get to Viscera Seer for one of the combos. So there are 3 distinct ways to win with this deck, which I like a lot. Technically 4 ways, but one's not really a win-win. So, okay. So in the, we have one combo, which is Melira with either Cartel Aristocrat or Viscera Seer, and Murderous Redcap. So you sack your Redcap to Viscera Seer or Cartel Aristocrat, and because of Melira, it will just come back without the counter, so you can do it over and over again until your opponent is dead, or with Finks until you've gained an absurd amount of life. Viscera Seer is cool too, because doing this when you have just the Finks out lets you scry into Redcap so that you can win on the following turn. Aristocrat protects itself from, a removal spell ending the combo, but a removal spell on Melira will sadly, might end your shenanigans there. That said, I have another combo here with Deceiver Exarch, Kiki-Jiki, which you might recognize from Splinter Twin, and or Restoration Angel. So you can, pod. If you have, some creatures in play in a birthing pod, you can use them to get to this combo, right? It's especially fun sacking something like Archmage or Redcap, because you're going to get them back with Persist anyway, to get to Kiki-Jiki. You can use Exarch to, so like let's say you have a 2-drop in play and a pod and 2 mana, you can pod away your 2-drop for Exarch, use Exarch to untap your pod, and then pod the Exarch into a 4-drop. So if you wanted to get Siege Rhino or Glenarendra, Archmage or something, you can do that. You can also, everything has come into play abilities. You can pod for Shadowborn Demon to remove something, Thragtusk to gain life. You can pod Thragtusk away to get Grave Titan and still have a 3/3, which is pretty strong. Just a few interactive cards here, some Abrupt Decays, Thoughtseize, Inquisition, just as little ways to interact with your opponent. But yeah, all different kind of come into play effects that might be useful. This card I haven't been thrilled with really, so I might change that for something else. I'm not sure what right now. And you can see throughout the matches I tweak it quite a bit. A couple more silver bullets in the board here, not a complete board, but working on it. Recurring Nightmare is something I could see as being really strong in the deck, but this is one of those cards that, although it's great, I'm not smart enough to play with it, and I just don't want to give myself a headache, so. But we've got both Thalias here. This has been surprisingly effective in Legacy, you know, preventing all the discard spells and whatnot. And so, yeah, some other cool stuff there. Anyway, I like playing with this deck. It is fun. I would not take this to a Legacy tournament. I don't think you'll do well, but it's not horrible. It's close, but it's not quite there yet. And you're really not taking advantage of Legacy with this, other than the fact that the birthing pods are legal, really, because there's not really any like Legacy creatures that are in my deck, really. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the matches. Thanks. Bye.